Hey guys, it's Iman. I'm here with Salima. As you can see, I have no makeup on. We're going to be doing two different skin treatments. One's going to be laser skin treatment, and then another one's going to be a chemical peel. Salima says it's glycolic. I have never done either, so I don't really know what to expect. Salima is just preparing for the peels right now. I'm a little bit nervous. I have like zero threshold for pain, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, we're about to get started. And so if you have any questions, you can always send them to us. We're going to be taking breaks every about 15 minutes or so to answer them. So any questions you have at all about laser treatments or chemical peels, this is also a perfect time to let you know that we have a promo code on right now. It's Loyal25. You can use 25% off the entire website, excluding the travel kit, or pardon me, excluding the travel kits. And that is good until tomorrow, so make sure that you order your products. I think Salima is ready for us now, so we're going to get started.
Get comfortable.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi, how are you, everybody?
Excuse the awkward angles. We're trying to give you the best viewing possible so you can feel like you're here and know exactly what's going on the entire time.
Okay, so
what are we doing now?
now we're going to start prepping your skin, and we're going to remove any excessive oil to make sure that we can start on the peel process. We'll just cover this up so we don't mess up your hijab. Okay. So glycolic peel, it is a sugarcane derivative, and what it does is it basically sloughs off all the top layer of the dead skin, which allows for any product to penetrate. It gives you a nice healthy glow, allows for skin to rejuvenate at a faster rate, for new cell skins to come to the top surface. So we're just right now removing any excess oil from her face, and we're going to go in with the purifying cleanser.
How often should people consider getting this treatment?
So if you don't have acne, just regular skin, and you want to do this, I recommend doing this every 4 weeks. So just got a little bit of a cleanser. Every 4 weeks is the ideal. If somebody has acne, I might get some product onto your hijab if that's okay. I'll replace it with a nicer one.
It's always hijab.
So every 4 weeks, it's ideal to get it done. It allows for the skin to rejuvenate. For then, once the old skin cells comes to the surface, that's when you want to go in with another peel. And I recommend doing this at least 5 sessions. And if you have acne, we can get you into the clinic twice, which is right now what we're going to be treating. Now we're going to do the peel, so this is the cleanser part. And I always say try and not to rub your skin, but you're just helping the product spread through for about a minute, and then you rinse it off. Obviously, you would be doing it in a sink if you're using the purifying cleanser. I like the disposable sponges or gauze, something like this, right there, because they're disposable and it gets any leftover soap, cleanser, makeup, and just gentle. Okay. You're using the products already anyway, right?
Yeah, so I've been using Salima Skin Solution products for about 3 months now. I've been using the oily and acne kit. So obviously I have acne prone skin. So yeah, and it's, you can see a little bit of my skin now, but my acne has gone down considerably. I can put up a photo later of what my skin looked like before I started using Salima Skin Solution, so you have a better idea.
So now that we've removed the cleanser, we're just going to go in with a little bit of the exfoliant, derma exfoliant. So this is has over 50 enzymes. It helps the skin slough off all that dead layer, but it's so gentle. Like, the skin is gentler than silk, so we need to treat it as such. Again, I'm not rubbing with pressure. I'm just allowing for the product to literally spread on the skin.
So if we have this product at home, how should we be using it?
So I recommend using this cleanser, the exfoliant, right after the cleanser twice a week. So you work onto the skin for about a minute if you're just using the exfoliant. But for me right now, I'm going to go in with a couple of drops of the glow toner just to intensify that enzyme. But you don't need to do that at home. You just do that for about a minute and a half, and you rinse it off.
What should the exfoliant be followed with at home?
So after you exfoliate, rinse it thoroughly, and then you go in with your Ultra Rejuvenating Mask. That's when you want to go in. The skin is nicely prepped. Then you apply the Purifying Cleanser, which has all these vitamins, minerals, and it's a gentle clay. It doesn't tighten your skin, but it takes out and all the impurities, draws all the blackheads, shrinks your pores, takes any redness, inflammation. It's amazing for those who have red skin, such as like rosacea, inflammation with acne. It's amazing. So you can use that twice a week. First the exfoliant, rinse it off, always with cold water if you can, and then you apply the Ultra Rejuvenating Mask. Today we're not going to apply the mask because we're doing a peel. After the peel, we're going to have you do it tonight after you get home.
Okay, sounds good. So if you guys have used the exfoliant before, you'll probably experience a little bit of a tingling feeling. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now, but I'm used to it because I've been using the product for a while.
It does become addictive, that feeling, because you can see, you can feel it, that it's actually working on the skin.
I love the mask, like that minty feeling. It's like your face feels so fresh and relaxed after.
And that's what it is. It has peppermint properties, which is what makes you feel like the skin is a little bit tingly, burning, but it subsides within, I'd say about how long? 10 minutes for you. For some people it can be 10 minutes, but for me it's like about 3 minutes. And maybe because I'm used to it as well.
And how do you apply it? Do you just use your fingers or do you use a brush?
I personally use a brush, which is better, something like this.
Okay. So please send us your questions. We will be taking time to answer them as soon as this treatment is done. So it doesn't have to be on laser or peels. It can be just about anything related to skincare or specifically about product.
So you want to be very careful as to who is doing your treatment. Make sure you ask them about their qualification, what their background is, because a lot of people just go ahead and buy it off of line, or they just go and trust anybody, but you can actually burn the skin by using it the wrong way or using the wrong peel. Especially with our type of skin, we produce a lot of melanin, and if we do, we can cause actually first-degree burn with peel if not used correctly.
Let's talk about some of the complications that you've seen come up with treatments from people who come to you after. What does their skin look like?
So I've had few people who have been burnt either with laser or chemical peel that they either administered themselves or the wrong person has done the wrong treatment and was very aggressive. And of course we're dealing now with a lot of hyperpigmentation or hypo, which is when the actual color of the skin is removed, okay? So you have patches that are literally white, so the skin is so uneven, and some skin types are like totally burnt that you can see. And on that type of skin, we need to be more consistent with the peel. We have to do something called micro peel, where we do a pass of the microdermabrasion and then do the peel.
Okay, so what should you be looking for when you go to get a peel?
So you want to make sure what is their qualification. Ask them, don't be shy, if they have any certification, diplomas, which school they went to, how many years they have experience in this industry, do they treat your type of skin, what can they give you as a feedback, because many are not qualified to treat our type of skin, and this is the problem. If we are not careful, we will be sorry later, especially with our type of skin. I can't emphasize enough. So I'm going in again with the Dermaglow toner. Okay.
Okay, also, by the way, I like literally never leave my house without makeup on. So doing this live without anything shows how confident I am in my skin right now after using this product for 3 months.
You know, the skin is beautiful. It has its own immune system. It does everything on its own. It repairs. So if we are treating it gently and we're allowing for the skin to do everything naturally, we can truly enjoy amazing skin, because we all have that, which is all we're doing right now. We're just trying to get rid of the top layer skin without having to be too aggressive. It's the actual ingredients that needs to work for you, and this is the key in treating any type of condition with the skin.
So what ingredients are in the peel that we're using today?
It's sugar cane derivative, so it is the smallest molecule to penetrate the skin. Literally, it is sugar cane that has been concentrated and created into an acid which is what creates the peel. So many people confuse and think peel, that the actual layer of the skin peels. There are different strengths. I'm just waiting for the glow toner to absorb right now before I apply the peel. There are different strengths, but today we're just going in with the 20%. You don't necessarily need to increase the percentage. You can just go more frequently, get the same amount done, the same percentage done, but be more consistent.
Okay.
So I'm just putting on my timer, if you can hear that click sound in the background.
So what should I expect to feel while we're doing this?
You're going to feel a lot of tingling right now, a little bit more intense than when you apply the Ultra Rejuvenating Mask. But it's nothing that is unbearable. Okay.
I'm like 100% freaking out. Okay, inshallah khair. We got this.
Don't worry, I'll hold your hand. Bismillah. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, you are tough. You can handle it.
It's like,
And you're going to tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you feel? So this is the acid itself.
okay.
So you can do a lactic peel if you have acne prone, if you have hyperpigmentation. You can do glycolic, depending on what we're treating. Glycolic is amazing for people who have dry skin. So lower your lip for me. Thank you. So one coat, that's it. How do you feel?
Okay, the pain threshold is like a 4 out of 10, so not as bad as I thought. It's like my face just feels like it's getting very warm.
Okay. And just to make sure, do you see your skin tone changing at all? 'Cause
Yeah, here, I'm gonna get up close and personal with you guys. Hello. Obviously, I did my eyebrows.
see, many people think that it's because of the feeling, their face is actually beet red, it's burning because they cannot see themselves. Right now we're recording this. But the skin tone is not changing. This is exactly what I'm monitoring. If you have sensitive skin, I would not be able to go to the next step. Because right now I did the cleansing, the toning, exfoliating, right? I wouldn't be able to go to the next step had you had too sensitive skin.
So what would it look like if my skin was reacting?
So your skin will look inflamed. You can't personally tolerate, which means we have to stop the process right away. If your skin starts to get irritated and we can see like patches forming that are either red, or darkening, of any type of skin color change, and you basically cannot tolerate, we have to stop the pre-peel process. We leave this on for 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
So after that, we neutralize it, which means we put a stop to the peel process entirely. And that stage, actually, you will feel a little bit more tingling than now.
Okay, so I think we're about a minute in, and the feeling has completely gone away.
Right.
Like, it still feels like there's something on my skin, but it's not tingling nearly as bad. I'd say it's like a 0.5 out of 10 on the pain scale, so just about normal. So you can see there's no inflammation on my skin, there's no redness, it is really calm. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised.
So don't go into a clinic and ask for a higher percentage. You don't want your skin to peel.
Okay.
With Caucasian skin, we should, when there is a lot of scarring we're dealing with or severe cystic acne. But with our skin, it is always the gentle approach because we want to make sure that the surrounding skin is well protected while we're treating the problematic area.
Okay, so we use a 20%?
20%, and I like to stick to 20%. This occasionally I might go up to 30, but they do come to like 60, 70, but you never want to even go near 50, put it that way.
Okay, so if you're considering getting a peel and you're a woman of color, I'd suggest, Salima suggests staying no higher than 30%. Would you want to start with 20% as your first peel?
Yes,
Okay.
if your skin is really, really dry, I would ask for a lactic peel.
Okay. So yeah, my skin feels completely normal now. The timer hasn't gone off yet. So we're not at 2.5 minutes, no more burning, and I am a complete baby when it comes to pain. So I'd be crying if it was hurting. Okay. Okay, so what's the second step?
So now we're going to neutralize your entire skin to make sure that we stop the peel process altogether.
Okay. Also, don't be shy, guys. Please ask us your questions. We will get to them as soon as we can.
Okay, so this part is going to feel a little bit more tingling simply because the pH level has been lowered now because we want to get to a lower layer of the skin by sloughing off that, and now we're going to balance it back. It's always important to balance back the skin.
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to feel a little tingling, but for about half a second.
Okay, bismillah.
Don't be nervous. It's going to be quick. And tell us if you're feeling any. So as I'm doing this, guide me. There is any area that feels more tingling, more burning.
What does that mean if I can feel it more in one area?
That means we just need to neutralize it more with this,
Okay.
with the neutralizer.
Okay, so yeah, as soon as you put it on, I felt it. Definitely, it was warm. I'd probably say about a 4, similar to the first, the acid that you initially put on.
Right.
But it's completely calm now. Like, I don't feel anything.
Nothing, correct?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna let this sit on your skin, absorb. You can actually take some questions as I'm gonna prepare the laser machine. Okay. So we're gonna do the blue light laser treatment. We have several hand pieces over there.
Okay.
So you wanna maybe show them that.
So this is what we'll use for laser. What are those pieces?
So there is one for hyperpigmentation, one for skin texture, as well as acne. We have the skin tightening for any loose skin. We have the body contouring. So there's different hand pieces, but now we have the blue light set on the machine already.
Okay.
And it is a medical grade, gold standard. Again, laser, you have to be careful what is being used on your skin.
So what exactly does laser do for your skin?
So there's many things depending on what we're targeting. Right now we're targeting acne. We want to make sure that with peel, because now we sort of disturbed what is in the follicle, you might get a breakout. You might get a 1 or 2 or even a lot more just because we're cleaning it. By me doing the laser treatment, it's going to allow me to kill those bacteria. Okay. So if you have an event in few days, you won't actually have those problematic areas that we're sort of anticipating, whether it's a breakout or a larger cystic acne. Okay. This will reduce it. Okay, so I'm going to prepare the laser.
Okay, so a little bit of background about my skin. I think I started developing acne when I was about 14 or 15 years old, which is like relatively normal, but it didn't ever go away, and it got exceptionally bad when I was about 22. And I think it best described as being cystic acne. It was a lot on my cheeks, and it like really made me uncomfortable with my skin. And I went on Accutane actually. I went on Accutane when I was 21. I only did it for about a month because it made my skin so unbearably dry. It got rid of my acne, but it made me really, really sick. My hair was falling out, my lashes were falling out, my lips were cracking. So it definitely wasn't a solution to anything. It just was like a Band-Aid solution. I'm 24 now, so that was about 3 years ago. And then I started using the oil control and acne kit when I about August, I'd say September. It's January now. I'm still using it. I started using it more religiously because, you know, when you start with this skincare, if it gets loud, it's just because we're putting on a machine for the laser treatment. But yeah, you know, when you start a skincare routine, it's like you are kind of skeptical. You're like, okay, well, is this actually going to work? I had a cabinet full of products and nothing seems to work. Alhamdulillah, yeah, I've stuck to it and my skin has cleared up. I think I get sunglasses. Salima's giving me sunglasses.
Yes, I will give you one, but okay. I think we want to take a few questions.
Okay.
Yazi's going to read it for us.
Okay.
All right, we got a question from Yaya Lover 123. She says, "Is it all natural? You said it causes a burn if not done by a professional."
So the actual peel,
do you want to answer the question?
It is natural ingredient. It's a glycolic peel. So I'm going to remove my glasses because this is what I'm going to need to do the laser. It is a natural ingredient derivative such as the sugarcane, but it has been formulated, so it becomes acidic. I don't know which one to look at. It becomes acidic, so that's the acid that performs the lifting off that lead layer. The reason it can cause a burn is because now it is a concentrated acid. If it's left on the skin, or if it's a higher percentage what is being used on your skin, or it has not been prepped to your skin properly, then of course it can definitely cause a burn that sometimes it is irreversible. We can do perhaps, you know, a little bit of lifting that burn with other treatments, but it is hard to treat on ethnic women's skin. So you want to really be careful. Make sure, actually, the best thing to do, go in and do a test patch on an area that you won't see. Have them sort of sample it, especially with laser, and then go back within 48 hours, and if it's okay, go proceed with it.
We have another question from Ashuni. So my skin is super dry in the winter season and mixed in the summer season. What kind of peel would you suggest for both seasons?
Definitely the lactic peel will get the job done, and I love the lactic peel because it is gentle. It sloughs off the dead skin. If you don't have any acne problem skin, so then I would say the lactic is your best bet. But if you do have those breakouts, the glycolic might be beneficial. Regardless, start with the lactic peel first time.
We have a question from Hannah Scope. Those with lighter skin, what would you recommend, Salima? I used to get peels in the past. Also, would we be able to do this treatment at home?
Definitely not at home. I would definitely not recommend. If you have to do any kind of treatment past exfoliating and mask, you're taking a chance. Derma roller, I would never ever touch on my skin. I would not do a peel. Buying it off any kind of website, you don't know the level of concentration, and regardless of your skin type, once a burn takes place, it is irreversible, guys. So be careful, because don't get excited. Sometimes the damage you might cause might be a lot worse than what you're trying to treat. Definitely.
We also have questions here about microdermabrasion. They're wondering if it's okay for normal to oily skin, or if it's okay to get it done in general.
Microdermabrasion is beautiful. So if, again, done by a professional, if you don't have acne that is active, it's beautiful. But make sure that it's not, if you don't have active acne, because you will help spread the bacteria, so you don't want to do that. It is great for people who don't have acne, oily skin. Again, you just want to make sure it is diamond encrusted is what I look for. I don't like when they actually have that crystal salt splashed onto your skin. It can be harsh, and if you do have larger pores, those little particles do get stuck in your skin. So now we're ready for the laser, and we'll take the new set of questions in a bit.
Okay.
That's okay?
Yes.
So I want you to lie down now, and you're gonna pretend you're at the beach.
This is the closest I'll ever get to tanning with these goggles. Okay.
Yes. You're holding it in position, right? So you don't need to. I'm gonna set up the laser machine.
Okay.
The setting is very important, so we want to make sure that we are setting up to her skin type, moderate to mild. So we're treating moderate. This is not mild. You can tend to break out. And we're just gonna use. You okay?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everything was okay.
Okay. So sterilizing, always imperative. This is just alcohol, 100%. We're sterilizing the handpiece, and we will do this every so often.
So Salima's just sterilizing the machine right now, and we should get started in about a minute or so. I won't be able to read your questions while the treatment is happening, but we will get to them shortly after.
Yes, and Yasmin was reading the questions off Instagram.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna just start with you facing. So we're ready. So this is very, very cold, cool contact, just to make sure that the surrounding skin is not being burned while we're emitting the light, and the light is very superficial, so it's nothing compared to when you're doing laser hair removal. How did that feel?
It's like a little, tiny little zap that I could barely feel.
Okay. So even if you feel like your hair is being zapped, this is not permanent. So this is perfectly fine.
Okay.
So where do you tend to break out?
Right now it's in my cheeks. When I was younger, it was my forehead a little bit more.
So we're gonna do a lot more, maybe 2 passes, I would say,
Okay.
in those areas. And you see how I'm gonna clean the handpiece just after a couple of pulses? This is very important in not emitting the bacteria back into a different spot.
We're not joking about it being cold. It's like an icicle against my face.
Exactly. And that's how it should be, and that's what prevents. So imagine how much force your skin, the light beam is actually going into. So I'm going to do the other side of the cheek. So the cheek area usually doesn't feel funny. It's only the forehead. But we're not going to touch your forehead because you don't tend to break out there. We're going to concentrate on the cheeks.
Why does the forehead feel funny?
Because it's bony right here.
Okay.
And as you can see, the contact, it's not flush. Like
Yeah.
right now, I can see a little bit of raised area. So when it's raised, you can actually feel a little bit more burning sensation.
Okay.
It's more painful. So chin out.
So would I feel it more on my chin too?
Pardon?
Would I feel it more on my chin?
You're not going to feel it because there is enough meat for me to push through
Okay.
like this and cover both All these 4 angles is what I'm aiming for to cover so the light does not escape and is actually emitted into the skin. It is 100% safe. It has been used for over 35 years. This is intense pulse light. It's not true laser. Therefore, there's been enough studies done on it. And like I said, this is gold standard and it is a medical grade machine that we're using today. And it's the blue light treatment, acne treatment. So we're done. Do you feel there's any area I missed?
No,
Amen?
my face feels very cold. So I think you got everything.
I'm gonna shut off that.
Okay, and my goggles come off?
Yes, they do. I'll help you.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Can lift up. I'm just gonna apply the oil control on your skin right now, and we can take some more questions. Do you want to take it from the
We haven't actually gotten any questions yet.
from
on
Instagram? We
Facebook.
have a lot more coming.
What do you suggest for under the skin acne?
Pardon?
What do you suggest for under the skin acne?
So that's cystic acne. Whenever you have acne is under the skin and you can actually just feel it and you can't see ahead, I truly suggest to first of all do a couple of things. Make sure that you are taking certain supplements such as the fish oil, evening primrose, vitamin A, zinc. I strongly suggest that you treat your acne from within. A teaspoon with a shot of like a little bit of water. Take it as a shot first thing in the morning, 15 minutes before your breakfast, and do it the same thing at lunchtime if you can't, at least in the evening. What will do that is basically give you healthy probiotics that you do need, because the acne is not just coming out of nowhere. And of course you have to use a good skincare regimen that you're comfortable with, and you should stick to the entire line, not using one product from here and one from another brand. Just mixing those two compounds is terrible for the skin. Many people feel like they can just use one brand from here, one brand from there, but that compound mixed together could actually be just aggravating your skin. So make sure you're eating healthy, drink plenty of water, treat your acne from within. That's the key. So right now we're just applying the oil control. I just put a couple of pumps right now, and I'm not rubbing my hands, sorry, and I'm just going to press it onto her skin, make sure that the product is absorbed directly, so I'm not compromising the formulation. And then Iman can tell us how her skin feels. We did a peel, 20%. She was really, really scared.
I'm terrified. Yeah, my skin feels really, really calm. Like I was expecting it to burn or at least be itchy. Like I do usually have sensitive skin to the point where I've used, a few years ago I used another brand, and it had like an exfoliant, but it was really, really warm, and my entire skin swelled for about a week. So I've been really afraid to use anything that could come off as abrasive. But I think let's take a closer look at my skin. It looks really smooth, nothing is swelling, there's absolutely no redness. So yeah, no, I definitely...
So you can expect maybe in the next 3 days, or after 3 days, I would say your skin, if it feels a little bit tight or dry, then that's a normal process, just because now the old skin is shedding, which is quite normal. And in that process, more of a feeling is what you're gonna get of that dryness, but your skin doesn't really need to be hydrated extra. Let that skin just slough off. We're not actually going to see sheets of skin peeling off her face. It's just the idea that the skin will feel more more tight, drier, and you just go through your regimen, your normal process. So she can repeat this in 4 weeks' time if she wanted to do it again and come in, because her acne is now controlled. It's on the mild side. Now we're going to see there's a few little blemishes that we can work on. This is what it's going to help with the peel, but more importantly, it's the products that you're using at home by using that retinol 30 every other night for up to 4 nights a week, incorporating that vitamin C that you're using with your daily skincare regimen.
So, who should be doing this treatment? Is it open to everyone, all skin types?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You just have to make sure that if you're dry, like I said, you need something mild, like the lactic peel as opposed to glycolic, And then for your next session, you can do a glycolic about 20% and don't exceed that percentage. Do you have any other questions there?
Somebody asked about the previous laser session. They asked what it does.
Pardon?
What the previous laser session does.
The light treatment?
Yeah.
So that is amazing for those who suffer from cystic acne. Right now, because we did the peel and she has an event to go to, we don't want to take the chance of her skin breaking out. And by the way, people, when your skin breaks out, it's not because you're reacting to the product. Something in the ingredient is making that acne in the follicle that bacteria come out. So we're just taking extra precaution because now we are also killing the bacteria within the skin with that laser treatment that we just did. It's amazing for the texture as well as killing the bacteria. And now she won't have to see or worry about breaking out because she has an event to go to. And this is what usually it does, the peel, because it's a stronger form of glycolic. We have 2% glycolic in our glow toner, but that's not strong enough to cause it. For some people, they will initially. But because we did 20% with her, she might break out. But because she has an event to go to, we are taking extra precaution. For those who have cystic acne, we do it every 2 weeks. That's imperative to their health, basically, because the inflammation of cystic acne can be quite painful. And that's why we do the laser treatment.
Adila Hussein asks, what's the retinol for?
Retinol is for many purposes, actually. It's an amazing skin rejuvenator. It's vitamin A based and it's 30% the concentration level. It is amazing for hyperpigmentation, for old acne scars, just the texture of the skin. It's beautiful for those who have cystic acne as well. Many will just buy the oily acne kit, but that's like a half of the benefits that you can actually truly see. Excuse me, I have hair. So then you want to use the retinol 30 on your skin after the glow toner, but always in the PM, and just leave it bare. Like right after the toner, you apply your retinol. You don't apply anything on top of it.
Freshta__23 asked, what Salima product do you recommend for acne due to ingrown hair on chin?
First, I think the ingrown hair is caused by the way you're shaving or the way you're waxing. I don't recommend for anyone to wax. That's definitely something I discourage anybody from. And the way they're doing your threading, because you're supposed to go the way the hair growth is going, that can prevent it. But exfoliating is an amazing thing that can help your skin, which you can find in the oily acne kit. The exfoliation.
Somebody asked, can acne go permanently through treatments, etc., or is it for a lifetime?
So acne is unfortunately is a skin condition that there is no cure. You might actually grow out of it. Your system might just bounce back. But the only way to beat it is with good skincare and healthy habits.
What effective treatment do you recommend for pigmentation?
Hyperpigmentation, depending on your skin type and how deep that pigmentation is. So you can incorporate, I definitely discourage laser because they haven't really proven there is a typical laser out there that is good for if you are ethnic women, that is going to remove that pigmentation. But glycolics do help a lot. There is salicylic in combination. You just have to know who is doing it. But definitely, I would say using your skincare regimen, things that are active, the vitamin C, AHA, retinol, those are your best bet, and it's a lot more cheaper, but it's more controlled.
Why have I got a shadow on my skin above my lips, and how do I get rid of it? Will microdermabrasion do the job?
Again, I would have to see how deep that is, but we do tend to get that because of hormonal imbalance, and that's more a melasma form and not a hyperpigmentation. It's a darkened area, so you'll see more uniform when it's hormonal related. It's called melasma or pregnancy mask. You'll see women getting it on their forehead, but it's more uniform. If it's hyperpigmentation, it's in little circles, like it's clustered, and you can target those with different treatments. Well, with the melasma, it's a bit difficult, but definitely apply sunblock. The best thing I can tell you today is apply sunblock. You have no clue how much you can prevent by just applying sunblock every day.
How can I get rid of dark circle under the eye?
So aside from recommending the firming eye cream from my line because of the green tea, the properties that we have in this formulation, I recommend using green tea bags, dip it in hot water, remove it, and just place it on each eye, 15 minutes on each eye, twice a week. That should help with the circulation. But it's the shadowing sometimes, and if you're dark skin tone, It's also the fact that it's that melanin that is more prominent, but you can relieve it by using the tea bag. A good eye cream is necessary, and stop rubbing your eyes and be gentle when removing makeup.
What causes cystic acne? Sweet things, diet, or hormonal?
It could be all of the above or one of those things. So your system is probably not digesting certain food properly. So it is important to cut down on sugar. It's our enemy. And it's important to drink lots of, water, taking a lot of greens into your diet, incorporating that into your diet. Supplements that can help with the inflammation from within, apple cider, like I mentioned, and probiotics, adding it to your diet. It is key to treating from within, but you also could be, just hormonal imbalance. So there's various things that could be causing cystic acne, but it can be managed, definitely.
Can your products be sent to Denmark?
We ship it globally, like everywhere in the world, and we are so blessed because all of our customers, whom I can't thank enough, write to us without even us asking, send us their before and after pictures, which is amazing, which is what motivates us to continue doing what we do, replying to your emails and through DM. It's basically it is rewarding because now we are able to show women they're able to take charge of whatever condition that they have, because the skin doesn't need a lot, but you need to not take a chance and gamble with different brands, testing it and whatever is out there. Just make sure you stick to something that works, that continues to challenge the skin. So we are shipping it to globally, so definitely.
Interesting question here. What do you think about going vegan?
It's a personal choice. I personally don't think it is necessary for my lifestyle. For me, I think if we are saying more vegan, I don't think it's necessary, or I wouldn't do it. But definitely something you can try. It is good to always try, see how your body thinks, but make sure you're replenishing your body with all those nutrients, because it can be challenging. The way we live today with the fast, everything go, 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 you have to be committed. Make sure that you're not, depleting of your body of any certain nutrients, that especially if you're young, growing, you can't repair back those years.
Are your products safe to use during pregnancy?
The oil control, because it has 2 to 3% salicylic, even though we are doing treatments, but they do consult with their doctor. Because of that, I would say do not use the oil control and do not use the glow toner. But everything else in the line, you are absolutely free to use.
How do you get rid of or treat blackheads?
Blackheads. The best thing for me, I can recommend today is, number one, using exfoliant on a regular basis. Making sure that you can use the mask, but don't be rough on the skin. Don't help those follicles enlarge. And make sure you're very gentle when applying makeup, and that's how you prevent it. But you can't totally prevent it because it's oils that deoxidize, and applying sunblock. And I think we're going to call it a wrap this.
Yeah, so
please visit our website, write to us. If you have any personal questions, send us a DM. I'll be more than glad to reply to you. That's what I do all night actually, because you guys are in different time zone. Send us your emails and your DMs if you have any personal questions, and I'll personally reply to them, each one, and give you my best recommendation. But that's it, and thank you for joining us. Give us any more ideas that you want us to cover in our new or next segment, I should say.
And don't forget to use our promo code. It expires tomorrow evening, I believe. So it's Loyal25, and you get 25% off everything minus the travel kit.
SalimaSkinSolutions.com. So apply it for them too for this. We wanted the laugh we were missing out on. This is how we start, and this is how we end.
Oh, somebody asked, she is Salima? Yeah, this is Salima from Salima's.
That's me.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, thank you.